I don't think enough people take the time to actually analyze what the obsession is with these things, or if they just go by what's written in whatever time period. But to then force these things, to then force it upon countries or in family or communities driven by such zealous things, it causes a lot of problems, a lot of coerciveness. Sometimes people get that excessive about it. They believe it needs to be worn in the house, or just imagine being in a country like that where you're forced, or you can't even leave your house without your face covered or your head covered or whatever. We don't take enough time because we're so worlds apart from places like that, where we can just kind of disassociate ourselves because of that. Or is it just another thing that's wrong in the world? You've either got parts of the world where everyone thinks it's alright to wear spandex because it's trendy and it's become normalized for us to be able to see each other's asses, whether we want to see it or not. And then you've got other parts of the world where you're forced to look like a sack, or covered into non-existence. I think deep down inside, human beings do have the ability to know what's moderate and modest wear. But people confuse themselves, either because they've got their head buried deeply in whatever was normal in certain time periods, or other times they confuse themselves with the trends of today and social media and all that stuff. But deep down inside, I don't think it's that difficult to know your own moderation if you are able to think independently, provided you don't come from an engulfing background or community, belief system, intensity, or even a regime that's completely fixated with those things. And if you're not from any of these things, then maybe you do have an ability to breathe and think for yourself. There's nothing wrong with being able to think for yourself. That's just as natural as humans came. Of course, when you come from communities like that, they make you believe that your own independent thought is somehow bad, or it's got to be according to some cleric. You've got to go by the cleric. The minute you leave clerics in charge, you only create trouble